Well, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. Good times with Scar here, bringing you another super awesome Minecraft episode. And in today's episode, we return to the Scarland fishing project to work on our crystal cave attached to our boathouse, where we're going to excavate it all out and build one super awesome cave. So let's get this episode underway. Alright, and welcome back to Scarland. It's always good to have you here today. And look at that. Look at our boathouse from our previous two episodes where we built that. I love that thing. The thing looks excellent. Very, very cool. Looks like we're just going to drive our boat right on into it. But unfortunately, we can't. But we're going to build our automatic boat dispatch and retrieval within a cave on the other side over there. And also that will be the crystal cave that I've been talking about for so long, that I've been tweeting, and I posted some pictures on Instagram of a test world I did where I kind of was testing out using the stained pane glass. So taking the panes of the stained glass and making little crystals off the ceilings and stuff like that. I think it came out really cool. But we have a giant wall blocking us from our awesomeness that we're going to need to carve out today. So that's why I have TNT. So I've brought in a ton of supplies that we'll need over here while we're building this. We got lots and lots of glass, and I'm going to need some apples. And let's see, I'm going to get rid of all this extra stuff for now because we won't need it quite yet. There we go. Oh, we could always use a little bit of scaffolding. Never can go wrong with scaffolding. Okay, so we have a lot of work to do, a lot of work. So we need to carve out a pretty darn big cave. And so my thoughts are that we're going to probably dig this back about 20 or so blocks or so to get started. So from here, we're just going to start going outwards or inwards here. And yeah, so head in. A lot of work today, but I think it'll be worth it. Something kind of unique and cool we're going to do. So let's see here. So not just your average build. We're going to build a crystal cave. Yeah, crystal cave. That's going to be so cool. I just can't wait to show you guys this. All right. So, of course, this video is being made a little bit earlier because I should be, hopefully if everything goes well, be heading to E3 pretty soon. So this video should go up around Saturday or so. So that's where I am. I don't usually like to make videos really early in advance because I like to talk about relevant topics, you know, going on at the time. But sometimes it's a necessary thing. All right, so let's count this out a little bit here. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, I'm going to say this is probably as far as I really want to go. So I'm going to start to kind of carve out some little intersections here into the rock. Kind of get a little idea how we're doing here. Get some space built up here. So I've got an idea in my mind, and I've kind of like jotted it down on a little piece of paper just to get an idea of how I want this to go a little bit. So maybe I'm just going to head in here a little bit and just put these in here. So space that out about maybe 3 or so blocks. Put another one there. There we go. I'm not really good at you know, measuring out good distances for TNT. So what are your guys' tips on that? You know, of like organizing a good like TNT line. There we go. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Boom, boom. Yeah. Oh, that was, oh, I didn't think they were going to blow over there. I just stood right in the middle of all that. I don't want to damage these pieces of armor because they're so powerful. All right. No unnecessary damage. I only use those when I'm recording. So these are like my recording helmet. These are my recording boots. And these are my recording tools. So I put those in a box when I'm not recording. Because I only use, especially this sword only gets used during recordings because it's just so awesome. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm making the video a little early because getting ready for going to E3. We talked about that in a previous video, how I was just having nothing but trouble, you know, trying to plan that trip, and how I was kind of like, you know what, stop feeling sorry for yourself, figure it out and get it done, because that's the way we roll as Scars, isn't it? We don't look back, we look forward, onwards and upwards we go. So yeah, so it should be a long, long drive, but I think it'll be worth it. I think it'll be worth it. A lot of fun to see new games, but that's the question for you guys. What are you guys excited for this year? So we do have a few games known that are going to be coming out. So we've had Watch Dogs come out, which is coming out, you know, just like in a couple days from now when I'm making this video. So I haven't had a chance to get into it, but games coming out now and in the future. So we have, of course, we got another Call of Duty coming out, of course. What's new there? So what else is coming out that you guys are excited about? Because, to be honest, that's half the reason I want to go to E3, because I've got no idea. All I do is spend time in Scarland in my test world building and making things and stuff. So I've got no idea what the cool things are that is on the horizon that are coming out. The next Call of Duty, that's pretty much the only game I really know of at this point. I'm sure there's going to be a cool Assassin's Creed and stuff like that. But let's see, get that all cleared out. The next Call of Duty, let's just talk about that just for a moment. The trailer was really, really cool. Kevin Spacey, quality actor, good guy, important guy. But it's Call of Duty, and I don't know. I've played a lot of Call of Duty. I've actually played, I didn't play the original, but I think I played it later, maybe on the PS2. And I know I played Call of Duty 2 on the PS2, but only for a short time, and I didn't do multiplayer. But from Call of Duty 4 onward, I played every one of them, and I put in at least, very embarrassed to say, but I think I put in like 8 to 12 days of hours into those games. I was really into Call of Duty, but I kind of fell out of it on Call of Duty Ghosts. I just wasn't feeling it anymore, and I've had a lot of fun playing Battlefield again. I've actually played also every Battlefield, but after Call of Duty 4, I kind of only played Battlefield just a small bit. And so I love a good FPS. FPS. But, I don't know. I think Call of Duty has a lot to prove this year, that they're innovating and doing new things that gets us excited for the future, I think. They've got a lot to prove, I think, this time. Being at a new studio who's creating it, which is Sledgehammer Games, I've got some hopes that maybe they want to see some new things. And the creators of that particular studio were the ones who made Dead Space. So that was a pretty good game, I've heard. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm hopeful for a good single player at least, because it does look kind of cool with the Kevin Spacey kind of using that House of Cards type character. So I'm looking forward to that. The trailer was really cool. That trailer would have gotten me so excited back in like 2011 and 12. For those Call of Duties, I would have been crazy excited. I don't know about you guys, but I would definitely have been. But yeah, we'll see. I would love to see them add some new mechanics to the game. Not just the run, hide behind a barrel, find out the barrel's red, which then it explodes. And it's like, yay. And then run up and find somebody camping in a corner with Ghost. No, I want something kind of like Titanfall a little bit. Maybe like some double jump boosts and, some of those like hover bikes from the trailer. Just add a few of those things into it and stuff. Really mix it up a little bit. We need new and exciting things. Am I right? I think I am right. So that's one thing. One thing I'm really hopeful for the future, and I follow a concept artist who does a lot of freelance work within the game industry. And just in a passing word he said in a video one time, this was a few months back, that all majority of games that are in development at the moment for next gen, so that's next gen consoles and stuff, are all in the open world kind of RPG genre and somewhat like that. That makes me excited because I've gotten really, really into open world games. So my gaming senses, like, I kind of started out as RTS, so I played a lot of RTS back in the day, and then moved in towards FPSs with Call of Duty 4. And then Minecraft's just just a random awesome game that just fit into what I love most, is designing and building and kind of that survival nature to it. But I'm moving more towards just general gaming into more open world RPG games like Skyrim, even Grand Theft Auto to a certain extent, is kind of like a RPG, a little bit more just open world kind of game. But knowing that there's a lot of open world games on the drawing boards at these studios made me really excited for the future. So hopefully, with E3 coming out, and I would say probably in the next year or two, we're going to see some really, really cool open world type games where you can just go out there and make up your own game like Minecraft. I just have a feeling that's kind of where games are going. With the more powerful consoles, we can have more and more like larger worlds, more characters and stuff like that. So I'm hopeful for the future, and I want to know what you guys' thoughts on some of those things, like what some of the games you're looking forward to. And I would like to see at E3 some indie games. Try to look for some of those guys that are just starting up and looking to make a name for themselves with some cool and kind of original concept. Because, to be honest, I think everybody is a little bit tired of the sequels. A little bit. It seems like everything between Hollywood and the video game industry is sequels. And I recently saw a director on Twitter tweet out that the show business media now refers to original properties as unproven movies and stuff like that. And it's like, really? So everything has to be a sequel, or it's just not going to get greenlit in any entertainment industry. It's just like, well, this is unproven or something along those lines. Where's the originality? We need more of that. We definitely need more of that. All right. Well, we've gotten a little bit of work done. We're talking about some games, so that was kind of cool. But give me a few more minutes here. I'm going to kind of refine this shape a little bit, and then we'll get down to the nitty-gritty details of how the canal is going to flow in here and where the dispatch and different parts of it are going to go. So give me 1 second, and I'll be right back. All right, and welcome back. So I got some of it built out here a little bit. So we pushed this wall pretty far back there. I did a little more TNT. And I got up to this point on the ceiling here, and we're going to start to break through to the upper level just next to the house. So we're going to have to do a little bit kind of blending in of the ground up there, because I want to push the ceiling about 3 or 4 blocks higher than it is, so we can have all the crystals kind of hanging down in here and looking pretty sweet. So you might have noticed, I think you probably did, that there's a lot of TNT, and I've got it all set up, and I'm going to see if this works out. I have a really bad feeling about this, but what the heck, we're going to see what happens. I don't know if I need to get them all ignited. I think they should blow in sequence. Oh, what a disappointment, be honest. I'm a little bit disappointed. I guess I'm going to have to put them all going. Oh, no, my torch. Dang, I thought this was going to blow them all up. Well, that's a little bit of a disappointment. Very, very disappointed in myself there. I've not used too many TNT for caving and stuff like that before. So really some of my first shots, usually I just put a bunch of them there and let it blow. Well, that's a little too much. We'll probably have to cover that up a little bit. I'll probably get rid of some of it now, because that was just a little bit too much. Put that there and ignite these ones. I was hoping for a more grand explosion. A little bit disappointed. Blow that. Come on. Oh, we still didn't get the top pieces. Oh well. It's still fun to use some TNT once in a while. I don't think I've ever done any TNT on camera before, and that's probably why it didn't really work out that great. Now we have that giant hole down there. But yeah, so we're getting there. We've got some areas kind of chopped in and around there. You guys got to see my poor pyrotechnic abilities. But yeah, so I'm going to keep chopping away at this, and I'll be right back. All right, and welcome back. And let's take a little look at the progress that we have made. So I created a little bit of scaffolding right there, as you can see, and started to continue to raise the roof. So we've been raising the roof a little bit after my very poor excuse at TNTing the sides of these walls. That didn't really come out as well as I was hoping. But I'll top up here real quick. So I just created a bit of scaffolding up here, and slowly raising the roof up here. So we're at a point where we're starting to break through a little bit to the top side there, but we'll just continue to expand as far as we can up here, so we can have the crystals hanging down in the cave. And then we'll get all this dirt out of here, replace it with smooth stone, and then add our different pieces of andesite and all the different new materials we have. I'm also going to start using my Silk Touch tool here, because we're going to need a lot of smooth stone, as you could tell, a lot of smooth stone. So I'm going to start to use this a little bit. There we go. And right now we're digging out the tunnels. So these are like the little, or canals, not tunnels, but these are like little canals that run into here. And this is where we're going to be able to drive our little Minecraft boats through. So this is like the Ska cave. So it's like the secret bat cave, but it's the Ska cave. And then this here will be the dispatch of the boat. So I'm going to bring it out to about here or so. Bring it out to about there maybe. We might actually have the dispenser here that will shoot out a new boat right about there, and then have a pressure plate maybe right here. So So I believe this is, so from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to there. Okay, and then we'll just carve out this section. This is where we'll have the retrieval, and we'll have a way of getting out of the water and have our boats kind of be sucked up into the hopper. So we'll get that carved out like so. And let me just see real quick, because I'm gonna have a hopper or a dispenser here and there. Yeah, there we go. That works out. So I'll have a dispenser here. We'll cross over. It'll shoot some arrows at us and break our boat into the hopper, and we'll be able to get out, walk up. So I think that actually will work out really well. So there's the canals built up. I don't want to dig them out too much deeper yet, but let's dig a little bit more out here and start to see how high we can actually go with the ceiling. There we go. Make it a little bit more scaffolding. There we go. Okay, so let's just dig up as far as we can. Okay, so there's our top point. That's good to know. That's good to know. We don't want to break the illusion of our deep, deep cave, but we'll just have these open for now so we can get an idea of how much higher we can actually go with the cave. We're going to need quite a bit of smooth stone, but we're starting to make some good progress on this place. Making some good progress. This is going to be really cool, guys. When this is done, it's going to be like, wow, this is like a cool place to go and hang out in Scarland. All right, so let's clear out all that. And let's check this side over here. We're actually getting really close to the house, a little bit closer than I wanted to, but we're not going to have any basement or anything to the house, so we should be good there. And let's just carve out a little more right here. There we go. So it's starting to look like a cool cave. It's starting to. Once we get the more of the, the smooth stone put in where the dirt is and add some little bit of cobblestone here or there, it's going to really start to look like a big, awesome open cave. All right, so let's suck up as much dirt as we can. There we go. Get some of this extra material. And yeah, well, there we go, guys. I think we've gotten a really, really good start on our cave. This was kind of the grunt work episode where we get all the foundation laid down and get it all going. But yeah, look at how much work we got done. This was all solid material at one point, but we're slowly making some progress on our cave. Soon we'll have crystals and all sorts of cool things hanging from the ceilings. Dispatching of boats going through these little water canals will be really awesome. And well, guys, this has been Good Times with Scar. And I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. And if you believe the video deserved a rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And we can really get a good idea of how this will all really turn out once we've completed, because there's a little bit more work we need to get done once we go inside the mountain. So we're going to need to get our TNT on and blast some holes through there and start to excavate that land in there. I'm almost thinking I want to maybe